There are many adults that have story to tell. Most of them live in a situation of social and personal hardness. Among them, it's possible to put a camera. This is the meaning of the participatory video, the VISTA project, to give a voice, a face to people that have no voice, no face, but have incredible and very relevant stories to tell. And this is the experience of adults around Europe with particular bad situation coming from social hardness to stay together, to enjoy, to tell the story, to have again a voice and a face and to tell what they have lived, what they are living. The groups working around Europe in giving again a voice to the adults in difficulties represents the main goal and the main activity of the VISTA project.
Say 5 years ago? Yes, because I believe the people have seen their mistake. To not becoming organized and to have unity. To seeing their mistakes in that respect. This is why. I think this is why that we had lots of the things that we're lacking of on Fogo Island. We've been contrary one to another. We've had a job to get two people to agree on the one particular thing. I wants it here. I wants it there. We won't give it to you at all. It's like one candy that you got for two children. There's two children, you've got one candy.
To me, Fogo Island is the gym of Notre Dame Bay. Now, that's how I got Fogo Island. But now I might be the only one on the island who would say that.
Yeah.
Right? But I can't see what there is off the island anymore. I know, yes. There's big industries and there's everything else up on the mainland, Montreal, you know, well, I mean, we can't compare ourselves to them people because we're chiefly fishermen and we don't really, our earning powers is not so great because they're, and even so, in Montreal and in Toronto, they got poor people. Well, there's poor people up there. And you let a guy go away from here, go to Toronto to work, he gets a good job.
Bombay to St. Anthony. It's a distance of 250 miles. We have no doctor. We have no ambulance even. And we haven't even got a stretcher, or they should make one of the beginning with 2 sticks. And for our nursing station, we can't expect a nurse to look at you and tell you what's wrong with you. Can we?
Despite there is not an univocal definition of what participatory video stands for, it must be underlined that its origins are not new. It was born in Canada, in a very small island in the eastern part of Newfoundland. The Fogo Island is a very small island where lived small fishing communities. They lived in separate settlements with not much communication between each. The island represented the type of isolation and lack of information that Snowhead wanted to show as an indicator of poverty in the province. Fogo Island was also going through an economic slump and decline.
Don Snowden, who had been the director of the Extension Service for the late mid-60s until the mid-70s, had been responsible for initiating and pioneering a process in using film and video which has become known throughout the world as the Fogo process. It's called the Fogo process because the work started on the island of Fogo. In the mid-60s, and this may surprise some of you depending on how old you are, most places in rural Newfoundland still did not have broadcast television, even reliable radio reception, like I don't believe CBC radio reached Fogo Island in the mid-60s. Roads were still a problem in many, many places. Community councils or municipal government was relatively new, and only the major communities outside of St. John's, Grand Falls, Gander, and Corner Brook had municipal government at that time.
And at the end of the participatory process, he reached two results. The first one was that by viewing what they had filmed, they understood that they had similar problems and they found a way in order to solve them in a participatory way. And the second result was a political result, because this isolation in which they lived were faced by the fact that the films were showed to the politicians, and they put the problems of the Fogo Island into their political agenda.
And up to now, I don't know where they are.
In
They
asylum
were
process.
taken,
I'm
I think,
talking the foreign
because even the Red Cross tried to
Mein Land. Ich war 75 war ich hier, ein kleines Dorf in Baden-Württemberg. Zwei Familien der gleichen Dorf gewohnt.
You have to dig the grave.
In the VISTA project, we have used the participatory video as a tool for social changes. We tried to mobilize, marginalize, disadvantaged and otherwise vulnerable target groups all around Europe. That's why we applied it in 6 countries with different groups, with different communities. In the UK, the target group was composed by refugees, women refugees. In Italy, by elder people living in the neighborhoods. In Greece, the group was formed by adults with physical and mental disabilities. In Spain, the group was formed by long-term unemployed. In Lithuania, Roma people were the target group of the participatory video process, while in Germany, a group of Turkish immigrants, women Turkish immigrants, participated to these experimentations. We tried to combine the participatory video with the storytelling, and for this reason we focused more in the process rather in the products. doesn't mind about the quality of the video. What we mind was to give them a voice, to give them new opportunities, to give them the idea of having the possibilities to enter or re-enter into the social life. For this reason, it was a process focused on giving them new instruments for living, giving them new competencies, reactivated self-esteem, and reactivated other social processes that can be useful in order to guarantee a new perspective in their life.
The VISTA project supports the weaker segments of the population in their reintegration in society and in the labour market. To achieve this result, the project experiments a new learning teaching method based on participatory video, PV, to supply disadvantaged subjects with basic relational and operational skills for strengthening their ability to entertain interpersonal relationships. The method is currently being experimented in 6 European countries with different target groups. In the UK, with refugee women seeking asylum in the country. In Germany, with a group of women with Turkish migrant background. In Lithuania, with a group of adults from the Roma community. In Italy, with a group of elderly people living in a neighbourhood. Spain, with a group of long-term unemployed people with social difficulties. In Greece, with a group of adults with physical and mental disabilities. Video narration becomes a powerful means for documenting people's experiences, needs and hopes from their own perspectives, thus giving a voice and a face to those who are normally neither heard nor seen. It can be therapeutic for adults with different degrees of disability, disadvantage and social exclusion, as a way to overcome social barriers and at the same time to acquire or rediscover relational and communication competences.
شباز غیب آمد و دستم گرفت و رفت شباز غیب آمد و دستم گرفت و رفت زان پس ز صبر و شکر و تمنا گریستم تمنا گریستم.
From my experience with this interview, I've been assigned to have an interpreter. I didn't feel comfortable with him because he was a man and I was a woman, and I traveled alone all the way from my country.
Refused women asylum seekers with no right to work is abuse of human rights. We urge the government of UK to revisit its policy.
Good afternoon. We are the Refugee Women's Forum, and we are meeting here this afternoon, preparing to go and talk about our issues with the parliamentarians. And our issues are related to destitution. And we hope that by the end of the discussion, we will have moved a little closer towards solving this long-standing problem.
Fled from home from persecution of rape. You can't be, fully mentally healthy to talk about it. So definitely you will get refused, and this is the majority of the cases. And after you get refused, and then you get destitute, and so this is the main issue.
They are coming with a good reason of persecution, having faced problems, and torture and what. So if you deport this person back home where she came from, you are making it more worse for these people. And with history, some people ended up committing suicide, though they don't have the statistics here. So they feel they come here for help, protection, and they end up again being, that's the decision.
Gel sen otur işte o kadar çok. Şimdi de burada okula gidiyoruz. Köyde okula gitmedik. Şimdi burada bu yaştan sonra okula gidiyoruz. Yeni okuma yazma. Çalıştım işte 25 sene temizlik işinde çalıştım. Çocuklar okula başladıktan sonra ben temizlik işime başladım. İşe girdim sonra da arkadaşı götürdüm. Çalıştıktan sonra işte şimdi çalıştık, bittik, emekli olduk. Ondan sonra da yeni okula başladık. Okula gidiyoruz. 25 sene temizlik işinde çalıştım. Çocuklar okula gittikten sonra emekli oldum.
Vorhin gesehen habe, wir sind immer meistens zusammen. Jede Woche Mittwoch sind wir zusammen. Wir unterhalten über alles. Wer Probleme hat, wer was hat, kann man sich gegenseitig, sag ich mal, miteinander unterhalten und es bleibt für uns dann. Es wird nicht überall draußen rum erzählt, dass sie dann irgendwie eine Krankheit hat, dass sie so ist. Wird nicht
hat mein Mann gesagt, dann die muss zurückgehen zu seiner Heimat, weil kann sie hier nicht leben, das ist gefährlich und so. Und ich musste viele Medikamente nehmen wegen dieser Depression und so. Dann habe ich einen Tag so gedacht, warum sollte es so sein? Ich kann ja mein Leben genießen. Das ist einfach eigentlich. Aber das Sprache war, weil man seine Gefühle nicht erzählen kann, mit Leuten so einfach nicht sprechen kann. Und dann Leute sprechen, dann denkst du, sprechen etwas über mich oder die sagen was und so. Aber wenn man Sprache lernt und dann will die andere Kultur lernen und die Leute kennenlernen, dann ist das alles leicht. Dann denkst du, nee, eigentlich kann man hier noch besser leben als Türkei.
Tu me molina pe soptenal kada su джипа, até ela foder. Конечно, foder de джип até. А се думе псерена се бы ромат до канире. Конечно, псерена зовут. Псерена зовут, да? Псерена зовут, конечно. Каждому шродовски читали. В цыганском таборе была все-таки построена церковь, чтобы люди бы знали бы, чтобы были бы ближе к Богу, чтобы они себя чувствовали, что ближе к Богу, чтобы себя любили бы, уважали бы, были бы мирными, дружными, чтобы отошли бы от той жизни, которая у них есть сейчас.
Скажите, это хорошая идея была?
Конечно, хорошая, неплохо было. У нас дети растут. Ходили бы дети наши. Мы не ходили, но дети наши ходили.
Для вас это было бы хорошо,
конечно, да? Конечно, хорошо. Для всего табора хорошо было бы.
Вы думаете, бы изменились бы цыгане в лучшую сторону, чем сейчас они в Киртимае здесь?
Конечно, в лучшую сторону.
La mattina partono lui e Marino e il suo nipote, vanno a lavorare come muratori a Celalba, fanno via di Conti e da fuoco il convento delle Moniche, in fondo a via di Conti, Giustadino, bravo, gli fa, carabinieri fanno, dove andate? A lavorare, documenti, beh per gli dare documenti, Marino, lei, io ho culluni adesso. Niente, ma ci vogliono i documenti. Mi ha detto Marino, per già lavorare ci vuole lavoro, che ci fai i documenti, ma che carabinieri.
Trabajo, a ver si hay suerte.
Buenos días.
Aquí voy a pedir trabajo a ver si...
Muy bien, de acuerdo. De acuerdo, muy bien.
Si hay suerte. Vale, muchas gracias. Hasta
Adiós.
luego. Soy Nejet, tengo 53 años. Estoy buscando trabajo, no lo encuentro por ningún sitio. Tengo 2 hijos, estudian. Yo sin trabajo, tengo que pagar la hipoteca, tengo que pagar luz, tengo que pagar agua, tengo que comer. Busco por todos los sitios que no hay trabajo, no lo encuentro. Y encima soy mayor y no me cogen por ningún lado.
Η Φωτεινή ζει με τους γονείς της και σπουδάζει στο ανοιχτό πανεπιστήμιο. Ο Γιάννης τα τελευταία χρόνια ζει μόνος του. Είναι άνεργος. Ο Τάκης ζει και αυτός με τους γονείς του. Κοιτάζοντας έξω, σκέπτεται. Ωραίος καιρός σήμερα. Η μέρα για δράση. Ο Τάκης, όπως και ο Γιάννης, είναι χρόνια αθλητές. Με πολύ σαν να βρεθούν στις 12 το μεσημέρι στο στάδιο για προπόνηση, αφού σε 25 μέρες θα διεξαχθούν οι αγώνες. Κοιτάζει το ρολόι, γιατί η ώρα περνάει. Ένα άφρο έχει κεντρήσει το ενδιαφέρον. Αναφέρεται στη φιλία.
Καλημέρα Γέννη. Καλημέρα φίλε. Τι κάνεις? Ετοιμάζομαι να βγω.
Η Φωτεινή κλείνει τα μάτια της και έρχονται στο μυαλό της σκέψεις γλυκές, εικόνες όμορφες που πέρασε στην Ιταλία με τους καλούς τους φίλους. Ανοίγει τα μάτια της και ένα χαμόγελο σχηματίζεται.
In the VISTA project, we have used the participatory video method because it's very self-involving and it's very empowering. There is not a common definition of what participatory video stands for. In general terms, the definition is very simple. It's a participatory process in which groups or communities decide to make their own film, telling their own stories or sharing their own concerns. But behind this simple definition, there are a lot of meanings about participatory video, and it has been used in several ways. It has been used as a strategy of advocacy for making people aware about certain issues. It has been used as a tool for social changes. It has been used also as a therapeutical work in order to give voice to people with any kind of marginalization. I would like to say that the results that we reached are very effective. Most of the people engaged in this process told us, now I have a form of control on my life. Now I own my life once again, and that was very, very good for our point of view. And they said also that they can have now new competencies and new skills to enter or re-enter in their social life, and rediscovering some form of self-esteem and rediscovering hidden capacities and hidden abilities.
The video narration becomes a powerful instrument to connect people and to give to people, especially to adults, the opportunity to tell their experiences, their stories. The camera can, and the video narration of course, can become a very powerful tools for giving them the opportunity to tell their story, to tell again the real meaning of their life. It seems that the camera is something extraneous for the adult target groups, but this is not really true. As the experience of VISTA shows, most of the adults, even those coming from a very difficult situation of living, through the camera they can have again the opportunity to tell their inner thoughts and to enjoy to stay together and to tell the story of their life.